Oh, the 1960s. You think peace and love, right? Flower power? Wrong. While everyone else was finding themselves, filmmakers were busy losing their damn minds, cranking out some of the weirdest, creepiest, and most bizarre films in history. Forget the summer of love. This is the winter of weird. We dug deep into the cinematic crypt to find 5 1960s gems you've probably never seen, but absolutely need to. Welcome to scenic Cornwall, where the top local attraction isn't tea, but a mysterious plague called the Black Death. Spoilers, it ain't the plague. When Harry Spaulding inherits his brother's house, after said brother mysteriously croaks, he and his wife expect a quiet village life. Instead, they find terrified locals and the highly suspicious Dr. Franklin, who lives in a gloomy mansion with his lovely but perpetually shaky daughter, Anna. People keep turning up dead, looking bloated with black faces. Locals blame the reclusive doc, but the truth is way more scaly. Thanks to a nasty Malaysian curse, poor Anna is a part-time snake woman. She's cold-blooded, sheds her skin, and her venomous bite is a real killer. It's basically the worst case of eczema ever filmed, complete with a sinister swami and all the gothic atmosphere Hammer Films could muster.
In this remote little country village, the mortal remains of a man are laid to rest. Just like the others, he died in the night. Get away! Suddenly, violently, horribly.
This is an evil place. Corrupt and evil.
Where every man fears for his safety and his sanity. Where everyone is suspect. Everyone is frightened. The doctor who'd lived his life in the East. This woman. This man who could be the next victim. And this girl are frightened.
Pack your things, we're leaving.
No, Dr. Franklin. You are not leaving.
I could kill you.
Possibly. But you could never be free then, could you? And what would happen to little Anna then?
The reptile.
Peter Cushing is back as Baron Frankenstein, and this time, he's not just a mad scientist, he's a full-blown sociopath in a snappy suit. The Baron needs the brain of his brilliant, institutionalized colleague, Dr. Brandt. But Brandt's brain is failing. The Baron must save it, which means transplanting it into a new body. To get help, he blackmails the young, handsome Carl and his fiancée, Anna, forcing them to run his black market operating room out of their boarding house. Charming. The Baron successfully plops Brandt's brain into another man's skull, but the new Brandt wakes up horrified, confused, and really missing his wife. Frankenstein, being the genius he is, decides the best course of action is to kidnap Brandt's wife and force her to live with her husband's new body. This plan is flawless. It's grim, it's cruel, and it's probably Cushing's best performance as the truly despicable Baron.
Transplant his brain. If I don't, it'll die through lack of oxygen. But that would mean you have to remove someone else's brain to do it. Of course, Carl. How else? What have you done to him? What have you done to him? Must leave this house after what I've done tonight. Must be completely trapped.
I won't go without you, Carl.
Before The Godfather, a young Francis Ford Coppola directed this glorious, chaotic mess. It opens with Louise, who's pissed that her husband might lose his inheritance if his rich mom finds out he had a heart attack while rowing, no less. So Louise dumps his body in the lake and forges a letter about urgent business in New York. She then travels to the family's creepy Irish castle, planning to suck up to the old lady and get the cash. The family is predictably a wreck. The matriarch is obsessed with a daughter, Kathleen, who died years ago and holds bizarre memorials. Louise, sensing an opportunity, decides to go scuba diving in the pond, as one does, to find Kathleen's ghost, only to be promptly introduced to an axe-wielding murderer. This B-movie just throws everything at the wall. Ghosts, gold diggers, family curses, and sudden decapitations.
Has a brilliantly imaginative and sadistic mind.
There's something in this house.
Tell me what happened.
There's some things you don't understand. Not yet.
Don Knotts is Luther Heggs, a man who vibrates with the nervous energy of a chihuahua during a thunderstorm. He's a typesetter at the local paper who desperately wants to be a reporter, but he's mostly known for, well, being a chicken. When the 20th anniversary of a local murder-suicide rolls around, the town's haunted mansion is set to be demolished. Luther's boss, sensing an easy story, or maybe just wanting Luther out of the office, assigns him to spend one night alone in the house. Armed only with his ridiculous pajamas and a courage level hovering near zero, Luther experiences things. The organ plays itself. Secret passages. A portrait bleeds. Or does it? He emerges as a local hero, but the real story is just getting started. This is peak Don Knotts, a perfect gateway horror comedy, and an absolute classic of slapstick scares.
Let me demonstrate. Now, some men are afraid of girls. Well, that's silly. Girls can't hurt you. Nothing to it. Some men are afraid of men. No red-blooded American boy should be afraid of men. Above all, be sure-footed.
Do haunted houses scare you?
They're mortar, stone, and wood.
Well, good, because you're going to spend the murder night in the Simmons house alone.
Some shadows are afraid of their men. So what is brave? Drop dead, that's who.
All right, Luther, now just calm down.
Calm! Calm! Do murder and calm go together? Calm.
Now he's a raving reporter as he tries to solve the mystery of the secret passage, the blood-dripping portrait. He'd started as a roving reporter with murder on his beat. The ghostly organist.
And you're chicken if you miss this movie.
Why settle for one spooky story when you can have three? Roger Corman mashes up 3 Edgar Allan Poe tales in this glorious Technicolor anthology, held together by the velvet voice of Vincent Price. First, Morella, where Price plays a depressed drunk whose long-dead wife decides to possess their daughter. A classic get-out-of-my-daughter situation. Next, The Black Cat, which is inexplicably combined with the cask of Amontillado, and played for laughs. Peter Lorre is a drunk vagrant who challenges a snooty wine taster, Price again, to a duel, all while planning to wall up his wife and her cat. Finally, The Case of M. Valdemar, where Price, yep him again, plays a dying man whose soul is trapped by a mesmerist at the moment of death, turning him into a very articulate and very gooey corpse. It's campy, it's weird, and it's 100% Corman.
You will meet the master of the mansion, who loved and protected his wife.
I am in command here. You will do as I say.
Then you'll enjoy the Black Cat's sardonically humorous tale, who delighted in dalliance.
You're insane. That may be, but very clever. Help! Help!
In this monstrous mausoleum of the living, you will witness fury far worse than a woman scorned.
And there you have it. 5 1960s flicks that prove the decade was just as messed up as it was groovy. What other bizarre 60s gems did I miss? Drop M in the comments. If you dug this trip down the cinematic rabbit hole, do us a solid and smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and ring that bell. And if you need more vintage weirdness, check out our playlists. See you on the next one.